Welcome to the love-infused ravings of Bach. Coming home. I want to talk about this very simple but subtle movement of coming home. We might call it coming home. And we come home with a slight adjustment of attention. It's like we're coming home to ourselves by bringing our attention home. It's such a tricky thing to describe, to teach. What are we putting our attention on? I mean, the closest is attention on attention, but it's a relaxed undoing, letting go of attention where the attention comes back to rest at its base, essentially. So you can still feel it locked in, but in a relaxed manner because it's home, right? It's like, the Roomba coming back home and just resting in its base where it's getting charged. There's still energy, but it's not doing any work. Feels at first like we're turning in, but in some sense we're not. We're just letting attention rest. We come home to ourselves, but what does that mean, right? It's a lovely term, but like, well, huh? How? What does that mean? So I just want to talk about it in terms of bringing our attention home, bringing our attention back to rest, bringing our attention back from all the objects in the world, including thoughts, mostly including thoughts. And that's us bringing our attention back home and putting our attention not on ourselves in the sense of our stories, but on our sense of self, our sense of being. Right? Putting our attention on that stillness, which is just attention at rest. Right? Quiet mind, and we're just turned in. We're not looking for anything. The attention is turned in and is at rest without any searching energy to it. We're not looking for anything. The attention isn't looking for something inside to focus on. It's just at rest on itself. So it's back at base. It's like a settling in back at its base where it's safe and relaxed and open and present. And there's nothing to do. It's home. We can rest. It's home in itself. We're home in ourselves. All right, and we stay there as long as we can until our attention is pulled out by something, usually a thought. We just keep returning home, returning to base, and resting there as long as we can, and feeling that, right? Feeling the peace and beauty and ease of it, the naturalness, right? The greatest image of home you have. Many people may not have a good image of home, but this is a home that's safe and warm and easy and relaxed and loving. No war, no competition, nothing at odds, just at rest, at base. And bring our attention back home, where it has nothing to do but just rest in itself. So we've let go of everything, but the attention is still steady on nothing, or steady on itself, or steady on the sense of I am, as Nisargadatta might say. Or just that sense of being, that primary sense of being, He might call it a thought feeling I am, right? Like trying to find the words to give a sense to it, give a sense of something that's nothing. So that's where our curiosity comes in and where we just keep playing around until we find it. And strangely, we always find it by letting go, right? So the finding is a product of not looking. So coming home to ourselves, right? Returning home. It's simple in its nature. It's a simple move. Is complicated endlessly by the mind, but in essence, it's a very simple move of letting your attention come home and rest and staying there as long as you can. And I would understand enlightenment to be that, according to Ramana, and it makes sense to me, that attention never leaves again. It stays home permanently. And because of that, the ego dies. And maybe that language is too intense, it's not that it dies in that sense, but it never is born again. The ego is born over and over again as we attach to thought that tells us a story about our lives and who we are. And again, to refer to Ramana, he would say the I thought. Any thought that's like I, me, mine, is the birth of the ego each time. So if our attention comes home to rest and never leaves home again, that means it would never leave home to attach to thought, to attach to any thought arising. So the ego could never be born again. There's no longer any belief in the story that I am this or I am that. Right? The attention is at home, at rest in itself, as presence. Or whatever word you want to use, Raman, to use the word the self, the big self, the self, that there is only the self. The more we talk about it, in some ways, the more complicated it becomes, and we start to take on strategies and positions and doings. So try to keep it simple. Just bring your attention back home. Bring it home to rest. And let it rest there as long as you can, and bring it back home as often as you can to rest for longer and longer periods. Right? That's simple. Whatever you have to do to familiarize yourself with that movement, with that letting go, with that sense of coming back home, and making it simpler and simpler and easier over time until it becomes automatic. And it's something we get a taste of, and it's something we look forward to and cherish. So it's certainly not a burden, but a refuge every time. It's home. It's home.